AI that works is like I think about it as the team that you have today is able to accomplish far more than they were before. I like to think about it as giving the humans in the loop superpowers. So if you think about a traditional experience with sort of a data analyst on your team, so a request might come down from the marketing team or maybe the finance team or perhaps even the CEO saying, I woke up this morning and I've got this question. Hypothesis for a new area of exploration for the business. Can you go and do this analysis for me? And the data team diligently goes away. They look at where that request needs to fall in their queue. Well, this came from the CEO. Let's prioritize that so this other work doesn't happen. And they go and they do the analysis. They prepare a dashboard. Maybe a day or two later, they deliver the dashboard back to the executive that asked the question. That's great. Executive looks at it, thinks a little bit more, has 5 follow-up questions. Those follow-up questions go back to the analyst. Analyst goes back and does their work, refines the dashboards, sends those dashboards back, and it probably goes through 2 or 3 more cycles like this before you determine that, yeah, I was right. This is an interesting hypothesis, and we should add this to our strategic roadmap. Or like, okay, that was an interesting thought exercise. We don't think that that's actually going to be meaningful, and we're going to abandon it for now. What if we can shortcut that to like a couple of minutes? If the data foundation is solid and we have co-pilots or agents, the executive can wake up in the middle of the night and have that co-pilot right there, ask questions on top of data that the data team has vetted and believes is true, get an answer, and then ask a series of follow-up questions, and then share that analysis back to the marketing team and say, like, can you take this a little bit further? That's now happened in maybe an hour, maybe faster. To me, that's AI that works. So we're all still operating on top of a shared understanding, a shared knowledge base, something that has been trained in a brand safe way that we can all have a conversation with and that we can all take action from. To me, that's AI that works. And if you think about the promise of business intelligence or the role that data teams have tried to deliver within organizations going back over the last decade, the mission of democratizing access to data or to business intelligence to the entire organization is something that I must have heard 100 times over the last couple of years. And that I don't think we've fully democratized access to data to organizations. Even if we've built the most beautiful data stacks and data pipelines and data models and wonderful dashboards on top of well-built BI tools, it has still felt too hard. And so why I get really excited about the prospect of AI is I think we can have AI fulfill this promise of democratizing access to data so that everyone can be a data analyst. And that doesn't mean we don't need data analysts. I think they're still going to be there to do the really hard work and to find those really interesting nuggets in the data. But I think we can free them from doing all of these rote tasks of, hey, can you just answer this question? And you're like, yeah, I've already built a dashboard for that. Why can't you just go and look at it? Well, the reason that the teams don't just go and look at it is because it's been too hard. So I think we can start with AI that works by being able to fully realize this promise of democratizing access to the entire organization.